I wanted to watch Tangled today, but once I got out Disney Plus and put my laptop down, this little man here decided to start screaming at me until I turned on Aristocats. This is the 7th time he has watched Aristocats.
Hello, good morning, babies.
Oh, good morning. It's too early. Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan, and I've got my little alfalfa hair sticking up again.
Hey, first of all, congrats.
Wish I didn't.
Oh, first of all, I'm sorry.
I'll survive. Hi, good morning. Good to see you all. Thank you for starting your morning with us. Happy Friday.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. How are you? Tell me everything about your life.
You know, usually we talk about something we did in the last day or so. This time, why don't you just tell us about you?
Yeah, tell us about you. We're going to Dora the Explorer this. Wow, really?
What was your favorite part of the adventure?
Good for you.
I like that part, too.
You're doing great, bud. How was that? Was that interactive?
I took the Dora the Explorer thing, like, really literally.
That's the end of the... Yeah, but that's okay.
You know. We're trying things.
That's okay.
Wish y'all did this 5 days a week. Thank you.
Hey,
Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. But we do have actually a lot of news to get to today, so we can kind of just get right into it. What you doing?
I'm looking at producer Dagger, who is looking at me with the most expectant and confused look on his face this morning.
What's up?
What's up, producer Dagger? He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. I think he's just, that area of the room is just not always open to him.
Uh-huh.
And so I think he's just like, look.
Look at all this stuff.
Look at his new space.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Right, DMCA struck for 3 seconds of a song and some barks. But hey, let's get into it with some news that dropped this morning that is pretty massive, but also expected. Rockstar has confirmed that GTA 6 is in development. We have talked about this so much on this show, and always under the conversation of they're not making GTA 6 yet because GTA 5 is still printing money.
Yeah.
And it is.
Look, the official statement is that development is well underway.
Uh-huh.
That's the news.
Yes.
Which, like, I don't know. That's sort of like an Italian restaurant calling me in the morning to let me know they're making the pasta. Like, I know you're making the pasta. That's what you do.
Interesting.
You're making the pasta. I think that this is them reacting to a changing sentiment about GTA 5 Online.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Adventures of Dr. Dre did not do as well as they had hoped.
No, sure didn't.
And so they're like, ooh, okay, y'all are done with this. We thought we had a few more years of this. Okay, we still do.
Mm-hmm.
But we want you to know the thing that you actually want is coming eventually at some point.
I do think that it has some significance in them announcing it, even though it is vague language, so I'm sure it's still very far out on the process.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that them saying it finally is going to inevitably start to hurt GTA 5 at a certain point. Like, it puts like a ticking time bomb on GTA 5 when you say it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
they've been holding off on pulling that lever. And now that they have, it's like that window just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think they were waiting for the failures of the Adventures of Dr. Dre.
Yeah, they're waiting until they absolutely had to.
They were like, okay, now we'll say we're doing it, but we're just saying we're doing it. When they say well underway, I mean, I'm sure there's a GTA Online team and a core GTA team within Rockstar. I'm sure that's how it works. Whether the core GTA team is really far along, who knows? I'm going to say probably not. I'm going to say probably not far.
The statement itself was, many of you have been asking about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. We are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready, so please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. On behalf of our entire team, we thank you all for your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you.
We cannot wait, but we will.
Yes.
We cannot wait, but you will wait.
Right.
Everybody just hold on. We're going to make the game. Listen, they were making Halo. Remember?
Yeah. Well, also, the global Pantera hit in the middle of making Halo.
And, here's the other thing. When they say it's well underway, what with this Panini and all,
yeah,
I wonder how well underway it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a whiteboard and some sketches in a meeting room at Rockstar that nobody has been in 18 months.
I am of the opinion that Rockstar might be smart enough to have started development on the game early just so that they could be prepared, because the influence and the power of GTA 5 is like unmatched. There's not another game that I can name that has done what GTA 5 has done in gaming and staying relevant and staying in that like live support game. And once you lose that, it will be really hard to get it back because it's a trophy that someone else then in theory has to step up and take. I think they don't want to lose that for a second. So I think there is a possibility they are smart enough to have actually started development on it early so that as soon as they saw that decline, they could go, okay, let's finish this fucking game.
2025 at the earliest.
That's your guess?
2025 at the earliest. 2026 is when I'm thinking it actually happens.
Interesting. I'm going to say a trailer at the end of 2023 with a release for holiday 2024. That's my prediction.
There you go. Everybody, just keep it here for the next 3 years to see who's correct.
Exactly. It means you can't go anywhere. You can never leave us.
Never, ever leave.
Here
In games,
forever.
let's talk about the big delays first.
Okay.
Let's talk about the big delays. Warner Brothers Interactive, Warner Brothers Games, they've been going through it. They've had some stuff happening. There's acquisitions
Same.
and changes and all kinds of stuff.
Same.
So some of their big games have had some changes. We know that Gotham Knights got delayed, and now we are hearing that Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, is also being delayed until 2023.
That's so long.
That's a very long time. They've pushed back the Harry Potter Turf Wizard School
Maybe
game.
they'll just keep pushing that one forever.
Just keep
though.
pushing it.
I think they'll keep pushing that one forever. I don't think it's coming.
They pushed. Well, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga finally, of course, is happening. But there was a lot.
That one's been years too.
Yeah, there was a lot of crunch and a lot of delay on that one. And now Suicide Squad, which they've been pretty aggressive with, I would say more so than a lot of their other titles. I think they knew this was a big one for them. Is now pushed to 2023.
That's such a bummer. This is one of my most anticipated games right now.
Yeah, same.
I'm very much looking forward to it. Sorry. But also, like, we just started 2022. Not any of this year? We can have the game in any of these months?
Somebody in the live studio audience brought up something very interesting. And that is that they said that GTA 6 has to be entirely next gen.
Mm-hmm.
There's no straddling consoles with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's happening with a lot of these. Even though the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One or the Xbox Series are selling pretty well, it's still hard to get your hands on them. And we're in a situation where if I'm a major AAA publisher and I'm already crunching on something because of the Panera Bread, and the console isn't even there to sell the units.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I'm perfectly fine delaying because a lot of this, man, I've seen a lot of people being like, I'm happy that a lot of these games are releasing for multi-generation. And I think a lot of games that are coming out were not originally supposed to be multi-gen.
Right, but then there were all of the delays on getting hands on consoles.
Yeah, so I think, like, people who have next gen consoles are like, a lot of this stuff looks very next gen to me because it has to straddle these two generations right now.
Right.
And so people are like, yeah, I'm tired of buying games for my PS5 or my Xbox that look like last generation games. What did I beat up 17 people in a Walmart for?
Exactly.
I got out with a PS5 and 3 packs of Pokemon cards. I lost my brother.
My dignity.
My dignity. I have
And my left
injuries.
shoe.
I have injuries that will last a lifetime.
Mhm.
Physical and mental.
Right.
And for what?
And for what? Not even next gen graphics? The thing that would have made it all worth it?
The thing that makes everything worth it is next gen graphics. Name anything bad that's happening in the world, and if I counter it with ray tracing, everything's gonna be fine. Name one bad thing you can't fix with ray tracing.
I've got one.
Oh no, not yet.
Oh, I've got it.
No, not yet, not yet.
Got it.
Not yet,
I've
not
got
yet.
it.
There's so much game stuff. Let's
I know,
do the
we
game
can go
stuff
back
first.
To games. It's a transition.
No.
Rudy Giuliani was on The Masked Singer. You can't fix it with ray tracing. You can't fix it with ray tracing, Anthony.
Ken Jeong and the other guy, who's also famous,
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke. I don't watch
Which-
The Masked Singer.
Robin Thicke is a judge?
Yeah, it's
Robin Thicke's the one who wrote the really, really predatory song.
Yeah, so
Right?
it's Ken Jeong, Robin Thicke, and Jenny McCarthy. And if I was Ken Jeong on that show, Dr. Ken Jeong, MD, literally a medical doctor. If I was on that show, I would just be like, I would go straight to my dressing room and lock the door and just be like, only a couple more years, Ken. Only a couple more years. Ken Jeong and Robin Thicke, when they found out that the contestant was Rudy Giuliani, apparently got up and left. Jenny McCarthy, of course, did not.
No, of course. They left the stage in protest because why the fuck did you put him on the show?
Do you remember when they put Sean Spicer on?
They put Sean Spicer on.
Fucking Dancing with the Stars. He was on there. He was like on whole season.
I think he also did The Masked Singer.
Did he do the Masked Singer?
I want to
as
say
well?
Sean Spicer also did The Masked Singer, and I know that Sarah Palin also did The Masked Singer.
Ugh.
I mean, like, look, fuck this show.
So look, somebody's like, is the show not on Fox? Here's a fun and cool and interesting fact. Fox News is not the same as Fox Television Networks.
Yes.
Fox Television Networks and Fox Movie Studios is owned by Disney. Fox News is its own garbage thing. Did they all come from the same place at one time? Absolutely. Absolutely. Has that DNA changed a ton? Apparently not. Apparently not.
So I think there's just been a lot of like DMCA strikes for it on YouTube because there's like no footage of the actual performance or him unmasking and the reaction.
Good.
But I think I have found one because I want to see those.
I don't want to look at his dumb skeleton face.
I do want to see the judges walk off, but no, they can't even get that. I think that literally everything is getting removed. So you can't see shit, unfortunately. But I'll show you this.
That's what he was? Oh, that's a costume from the past season of Masked Singer. So none of this is related to the thing that happened at all.
I guess.
This is just like, one is Rudy Giuliani, the other is the Masked Singer.
I mean, they do love an excuse to use that photo of Rudy Giuliani, and I support it.
God.
With the like colored hairspray and his hair dripping down his face because he's sweating.
Love when his weird hair goop. Like, my dude. The biggest thing is like, I don't think that's actual hair stuff because I think Rudy Giuliani has enough money to get his hair professionally dyed. I genuinely think he's just melting from all of the dark necrotic energy.
Yeah, you think it's like more of like a necrotic blood. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, man. What a horrible headline to have to read. What a horrible thing to have to cover. Why are we doing this? Oh, I thought it was fake tan. It could also be fake tan.
No, that's too dark to be fake tan, and it's coming from his sideburn.
Fake tan, when it comes out of the actual container, is like a dark green orange. Fun fact.
Anyway,
but it is coming up from the sideburn. Probably some kind of necrotic drip. Alternatively, the colored hairspray that people put in to cover gray.
Blade of Creation says that that the show said we're not going to reveal which costume he was because you can watch the episode. They knew and they aired it, and that's the thing that I hate about sensationalized network television. Anyway, there's a lot of better, cool, gooder news that's coming up. Like, hey, did y'all see the announcement from Yacht Club? From the Yacht Club games?
Mm-hmm.
The good folks behind the Shoveled Knight.
You're on DI yet?
Yeah. It was.
No. Mine was.
Oh well. Go to the thing.
I'm doing it.
We're doing it. We're going to the thing.
All right. Got a bag of cookies stuck to me. Help. Obviously I have it on mute, but this is Mina the Hollower. And this looks excellent. I'm very excited about it.
Do we have to have it on mute?
I think so. Because I think they'll get the mic, remember? It comes through my computer.
Oh. Okay. Because the music on this is amazing.
Well, then you can open up your NDI.
Yep.
And fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I absolutely love the look of this.
I think this is fantastic. I'm so excited.
Getting a lot of Link to the Past, getting a lot of Mole Mania, getting a lot of love for the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, right? Big Game Boy Color vibes. I love
Absolutely
this.
love
I'm
it.
so excited. Clear Link to the Past vibes, yeah. Yeah, this looks excellent. I'm very excited. Did they give us a release date on this?
So here's the thing. It is in a Kickstarter, which we normally do not talk about. We sort of have a thing where it's like, it'll be real when it's real.
Sure.
And we don't want people to put their money into things that aren't real. But I think it's safe to say that this is one of those situations where Yacht Club is using Kickstarter as a pre-order.
Yeah, personally, I'm not against supporting games on Kickstarter or anything. What are you doing, Dagger? Why are you opening the door?
I'd like to go out there to where all the crumbs are.
I'm not against a video game Kickstarter, especially like if it's an independent developer. Absolutely. And I don't think that things on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, etc., aren't real. If the company is trusted and has given you reasons to trust them. So we have every reason to trust Yacht Club Games to make this.
Yeah, I just, I think it's more along the lines of like delays happen, things happen, scope happens, changes of scope happen. And so it's like, a Kickstarter is always, and Kickstarter says this, and everybody who has a Kickstarter has to put a disclaimer about this. It's not a pre-order, it's in development because it's on Kickstarter.
Right.
But this one is particularly safe because it's Yacht Club Games. And it looks amazing. I like anything with Link to the Past vibes. I think so much like the actual love for the Game Boy Color aesthetic makes me very happy with this.
I can't help but wonder, because we're seeing a bit of that as of late in indie games, and it has to be a generational thing.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
It has to be a generational thing for the current ages of indie developers and what their nostalgia is for and what they grew up on.
I think so. I mean, Yacht Club, obviously Shovel Knight was heavily influenced by DuckTales for the NES, which sort of tells you where these people are coming from and where they're at. But and I think Yacht Club actually started, they separated off from whoever it was. Was it WayForward? Who was it that did the new DuckTales, the DuckTales HD, the one that did not go super well?
Oh, I'm not sure.
But I know that I feel like they separated off and they started making Shovel Knight when that started going south, which I think was very, oh, interesting.
Mhm.
You're gonna make the good DuckTales. They're amazing. I think like, yeah, it's got to be generational. Although I would imagine we'd already be at the point where most of the nostalgia would be for GBA.
Yeah,
That's over 20 years ago.
that's true.
But I do like, I'm not even particularly like, I don't have a particular amount of nostalgia for the Game Boy Color.
No.
No, there were only a few things that I feel like were really, just like really big hits that really spoke to me on the Game Boy Color.
Mhm.
As like a full console with a library, I'm kind of like, yeah, we'd all kind of moved. Like that's where the generational gap between handhelds and consoles was like, I think it's most pronounced.
Yeah.
You know, like the Game Boy came out and people still had like the NES.
Yeah.
You know, the Super Nintendo had just came out. And then like the Game Boy Color was out and everybody had PlayStations.
Is that how that lines up?
Yeah.
The Game Boy Color came out after a PlayStation was released?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't come out after, but they were contemporary with.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because the GBA wasn't until 2001.
Game Boy Color came out in 1998.
Yeah. So everybody was definitely deep into PlayStation at that point. And, you know, the Dreamcast was almost out.
94. Damn. Very interesting. Yeah, the only Game Boy Color game that I played as a kid on an actual Game Boy Color was Pokemon.
Yeah.
That was it for me.
That's what it is
personally.
for most people.
Yeah.
I think it's Pokemon. I think it's Link's Awakening DX.
Mhm.
There are a few other... Man, actually the Metal Gear on the Game Boy Color was incredible. But I don't know if anybody played it at the time. I don't know how well it went. But yeah, I would think most people are nostalgic for the Game Boy Advance now. But I love that this game looks like a Game Boy Color game. But
It's cute.
but not. The same way Shovel Knight looked like an NES game, but not.
It's very cute, and I'm so into it. In other Nintendo news, while we're talking about Game Boys, they say that they are planning a variety of projects for Kirby's 30th anniversary.
We've heard it all before, Nintendo.
Now, you might remember the great letdown of Zelda's 30th anniversary.
Hey, we didn't even talk about Metroid's anniversary, and there was a Metroid this year.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
But supposedly they're planning something big. Obviously, there is a new Kirby game coming that Nintendo's putting a lot behind and is supposed to be very big. So that's probably why they're putting this focus on Kirby's age.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the great thing about being an amorphous blob is he doesn't look a day over 15.
You're so right. But, like, do you think that Nintendo didn't highlight The Legend of Zelda in the way that it deserved because they didn't want people pestering them about Breath of the Wild 2?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked a little bit about this. I think it's just like the big plan was Skyward Sword in the beginning of the year.
Right.
And then, boom, straight into Breath of the Wild 2 for the holidays.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Zelda. And
that's how it wraps up the year.
And then, boom, we're out of the year. But that's not how it went.
That is not how it went.
Samus didn't even get a mention.
No, nothing. Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
Didn't like the door being open?
Yeah, because what about monsters?
Because of the monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think because they have this Kirby game, they're like, oh, it'll be great marketing, obviously, to highlight the birthday. And they just said, hey, get fucked, Samus. Get fucked, Link.
Look, here's the thing about Nintendo and anniversaries. If Nintendo and I were in a relationship, I would not believe Nintendo talking up our next anniversary.
That makes sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would not be like, if Nintendo was like, oh, I got something big planned, it's going to be amazing. I would genuinely look at Nintendo and I would be like, you don't have to say this.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it.
Look at the little graphic.
It's very adorable.
They gave you an invite to your anniversary party.
Look at it. Look at all the little curbs.
I love them. I love them all so much. I feel very confident that they are going to do some things, but obviously the Kirby game is the big release. I expect that we probably get some re-releases now that they're doing a lot of like ports over to Switch.
Yeah, the expansion pass.
Yeah, I think we get some re-releases on the expansion pass. Probably some weird fucking shorts for their YouTube channel that people don't necessarily pay attention to.
Pills and Advice says Kirby 64 Crystal Shards on Switch Online. I feel like that's a great one.
I think that's highly likely, yeah.
Here's what I think, and this is the most cynical thing. I think they weren't planning much for Kirby's 30th anniversary, but they probably had to push Kirby and the Forgotten Kingdom farther from release than they wanted to.
Where
and
it wouldn't have fallen, and now it falls
Yeah, Kirby
into.
would have been 29, but now
Right.
Kirby is 30.
Interesting. Are there 30 Kirbys in that? Oh my god.
I love that for Kirby.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really cute. I love Kirby. This is awesome. I'm really looking forward to the new Kirby game.
Same. Kirby joyful post-apocalypse is my personal favorite aesthetic because we're on our way there.
Well, some of it. I will say, the last trailer didn't look as post-apocalyptic.
When it's all filled with the goop people, it didn't look as
It had a lot of like vibrance and life to
Yeah,
it.
it had a lot of floops and goops, and
Yeah.
so it wasn't like the first one where they showed the environment and it was like, ooh, Kirby's in a spooky place, but it's
Yeah.
also beautiful.
Right. It got a little less beautiful and spooky for me, but I'm still very much looking forward to it. It looks like a fucking kick-ass game.
In other Nintendo news, they dropped a possible hint at backwards compatibility for their next console. They said that it might be compatible with Switch games, which is a pretty big deal. This is not anything super, super new. Of course, the Wii played GameCube games.
Yep.
The Wii U played something, didn't it?
Mhm.
What did the Wii U play? Nintendo Land? What did it have?
Will you play something?
It
Play Wii games? Yeah, it probably played Wii games.
did it?
Yeah, they were just regular discs. It was the
Are you
same.
sure? I don't think it ever did anything.
No, it didn't even play Wii games?
Nah. I think it.
No one knows what the Wii U did.
I don't know.
Played us. Nice. Nice.
I remember it came with a tablet. Anyway,
Now,
This-
where did this information come from, Anthony?
this information came from a Q&A session on Thursday from Nintendo Japan. They also released sales figures at this same thing. They were basically releasing their revenue, their sales figures, a big financial thing. And basically, the company was asked how Switch's 98 million annual players factor into its plans for its next console. David Gibson, who is a Japanese-based gaming and investment analyst, was there, and he said, into the 6th year of Switch, we're maintaining momentum. We are looking at how to expand and grow this 100 million users, leading into next-gen device. And then he says, sounds like next device will be backwards compatible. So it's not like anything. It's not anything official or hard and fast. But this guy who was there is like, it sounds like they're saying there's going to be backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I mean, that's very exciting. I love that. I think that the Switch library has been absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be one of those, I think, that is looked back fondly on like GameCube. The
Oh,
Switch
for sure.
library has just absolutely crushed. And I think a lot of us have that for some of the Wii library, but like, I just think it's hard to compare. The Switch library has been so expansive. There's been so many like pickups of previous franchises. There's been so many original games that are fantastic. They've introduced so much more indie onto Nintendo. So I very much hope that there's a lot of backwards compatibility. I hope that in the digital store it's entirely backwards compatible because a lot of people stopped buying those little lickable chips at the very beginning.
I love a little lickable chip.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta love a little lickable chip.
Gotta love a lickable chip.
Also, part of this Japanese event and some of the news that Nintendo was sharing, it kind of shows that you are right about how this console will be remembered, because the Nintendo Switch has officially sold more units in its lifetime than the Wii. Now, I don't know how many of y'all were around and doing the gaming thing, Rise Up Gamers, in 2006 when the Wii came out.
Yeah, I was there with the balance board making mean noises at me.
It was the biggest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
It was it was on the news. People were talking, like, it was not just a video games thing.
Mhm.
Everybody was into the Wii. The
Yeah.
Wii sold lifetime 101.63 million units.
Which is wild. I mean, that's the thing, is the Wii was once again very much a family console. You know, I can like think back to being a kid, and my sister's 10 years older than me. My sister played our Wii.
Yeah.
And like we didn't have a lot of like generational shared consoles or activities. She's not had her hands on a Switch, but the Wii was a family game.
It was huge. 101 million units. The Switch has sold 103.5. So that's almost 2 million more units over lifetime. So that's crazy. This thing just sells.
And the Wii lifetime was pretty long, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Before the Wii U?
From Wii to Wii U was, what was the Wii U? 2012, 2013. Somebody remind me, was it holiday 2012?
So yeah, the original was 2012. That was the
Mm-hmm.
Wii. Oh wait, that's Wii U. Yeah, Wii U was released on November of 2012.
And
November
then
18th, 2012.
the Wii was December 2000 or November 2005. So that's, it was a good 7-year period for the Wii.
It is.
And this puts it up
6. Mhm.
November 2006.
Yeah.
So that's a huge amount of time. This puts it in a very interesting place. The Wii U, by the way, sold 13.5 million units.
Woo!
That's all it sold.
That's a big drop between those.
Yeah, 103 versus 13. The DS, I believe, is still the largest selling Nintendo hardware. Yeah, 154.2 million units. But you have to remember what Nintendo does fun things with their numbers with portable consoles.
Yep, they're going to encapsulate all of the DSs that they released.
Yeah, except for, I think 3DS
will be separate.
Yeah, 3DS will be separate. The Game Boy sold 118 million units over its lifetime, and that's going to include Pocket and Color.
Mhm.
The GameCube only sold 21 million units.
That's so wild to me. The DS, of course, will encapsulate the DS Lite, and the DSi,
Mhm.
from what I can tell.
Yep, everything except 3DS.
Yeah.
So, the Switch is crushing. The Switch is crushing.
I didn't realize the DS was number 1. That's so interesting.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
had multiple DSs. That makes sense. I had the original, and then I had the Lite, and then I had the I.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of those that they just kept making those little upgrades where it's like, well, do you want a camera for your games? And you're like, yes!
Well, not only
Thank
that,
you, Nintendo!
but as a console that's focused on youth and family,
Mhm.
man, there's a new audience for that every couple years, right? Every couple years, some kid gets old enough to start playing video games.
Yeah.
And what do you get them? You get them whatever if you're an adult that doesn't know much about games, you go get them whatever the new Game Boy is.
Right.
Get them a DS. But the DS also had just a real firecracker of a library. I've been playing through a lot of DS stuff lately.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So that's Nintendo news. I personally, I think backwards compatibility is a no-brainer for whatever comes after the Switch, especially now that Nintendo is using more kind of off-the-shelf available hardware. They're using the NVIDIA Tegra.
Mhm.
They'll be able to move up to a new generation very easily. The only thing that keeps Nintendo stuff from being perfectly backwards compatible is whatever gimmick they add to the next hardware.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever gimmick it is won't work 100%. But I think the next one is just Switch but better.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna screw around with the design too much.
I don't think so either. I don't think they're going GameCube to Wii on this, Like, because obviously that's like the biggest gap between the consoles they've made. Maybe Wii U to Switch also, but the Wii U does, I think it was Ronan in the live studio audience who a moment ago said, when you look at it, the Wii U does look like a prototype for the Switch.
Oh yeah, they were
The
looking.
gamepad.
They were like, how do we do the DS, but for TV? And they just didn't quite get there. They could have done, something like the Switch around the time that they made the Wii U, but Nintendo doesn't do expensive.
Yeah.
Nintendo only does commodity hardware.
Right.
They only do inexpensive off-the-shelf hardware. So maybe they had the idea for the Switch way back then, and they were just like, it ain't time yet.
Yeah, maybe it's not cost effective enough to get those parts and make that accessible.
On the flip side of that, talking about hardware that is top of the line, so new and so shiny that Sage Ryan has not even plugged it in yet.
That's how you know it's good.
It's the PS5.
Look, it plugged it in. It's right back there. Not
That's
plugged
right.
in.
I'm sorry. That's right. You played a game of Puzzle Bobble on it.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Yeah. An enjoyable game of Puzzle Bobble.
Yes, I did.
Puzzle Bobble's great. We got some new footage of a couple things from PlayStation this week.
Sorry, that was Orf who said that, not Ronan. My bad. Scrolled past me.
First of all, the cars are coming, baby. We know the cars are coming.
Yeah.
Ka-chow. Except not those cars, the real cars that are boring and don't talk to you.
Okay. Hey, I love car games for car people. I love this for you so much. And damn, it pretty.
Car games are always the prettiest of games.
And I don't want to play them.
They're the belle of the ball.
It's the prettiest game I don't want to play.
You know, I say that about a lot of people.
That's fair.
That's dating advice. Think about it.
Tell me about Gran Turismo 7.
Gran Turismo 7 has got a world map.
Good for them.
Gran Turismo 7 has got 400 cars.
Good for them.
It's got 34 racing locations.
That's a bunch.
It's got 97 layouts
Uh-huh.
for those vacations.
Wow.
They're going to add more cars and
More cars?
and more layouts. It traces the rays. It's got ray tracing.
Oh my god, that fixes everything.
It fixes everything. It's got the Gran Turismo Cafe.
Cute.
Not a garage, a cafe.
Oh.
Because we fancy now, boys.
Oh.
We're not hanging. What is this? Some Burnout era mid 2000s fucking car racing game? No.
That was the last time I played a car racing game.
This is same. This is are carts cars?
Kinda. Does Mario Kart count as a car racing game? Last time I was playing car racing games, it was definitely Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
And Twisted Metal.
I definitely think about Burnout 3, Burnout Revenge. Burnout Paradise. That's any of your burnouts.
That's an excellent question, because I was also wondering this, and I felt like I was going to look silly if I asked the question, so now I'm asking it under the guise of a viewer. Tom Biden in the live studio audience said, wait, there's 400 cars? How many cars exist IRL?
That's what's wild. There are only 398 cars in real life. Sony had to work with auto manufacturers to create 2 new cars just to launch the game and 15 more cars for the DLC. Sony is making cars now. They're making them with Honda. They're making them with other car makers. Who else makes cars? Toyota. Who else makes cars? Kia. There are 18 Kias in the game that you can race.
Didn't have a single one. Anthony, I tried to look up how many types of cars are there, and I had a little typo. And I got how many types of cats are there.
Was it a typo?
And now I don't want to search the other thing. How many types of cats are there? This is awesome.
Okay. What if I told you there are even more cars than that, Saige?
Can you tell me there's a car that's as cute as the Kinkalo?
I don't know what a Kinkalo is. Click on that immediately.
Kinkalo. They got little whoop ears.
Yo. I think that's cuter than a fold.
Hold on.
Now, I don't know if I like the way they grow up, but as kittens, I think they're unstoppable. Wow. Wow. Welcome to the fan service show.
Hi. Look at all these good cats. I don't want to talk about cars anymore.
I can tell.
There's all these good cats. Look at the image they chose for this one.
We can't call it the Oriental Longhair
I do think we
anymore.
should change the name.
That makes me feel weird.
Yeah, that's not a correct name, but it's just very funny that's a lapin.
You've got to knock this off.
There's a cat called a lapin.
La Perm is also my favorite one-hit wonder from the 80s.
What are you?
Okay. All right.
They just always look like they need a bath.
Also in Gran Turismo, you're gonna be able to buy 300 cars from Brand Central. There are over 50 worldwide car brands. Did you know that?
No, that's what I was originally gonna look up.
Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Suzuki, and more.
Wow, and more?
And more.
Oh shit.
There's a used car dealership.
Can I get a mod in the chat to run a poll?
And this is actually interesting to me. The used car dealership is connected to market data from real life. This is that stuff this game is not for me, but I love that this is in the game. The used car market is connected to the market in real life. And so whatever used cars are actually trending upwards in real life will cost more in the game.
Wow.
There are going to be legendary cars, license tests, all the regular stuff. Multiplayer.
License tests?
Yeah, in GTA, you have to rank up your license level. Or GT, sorry. You have to rank up your license level to get the cool cars.
That's what? I don't have to pass a driver's test.
It's like ranking up to good races. That's all.
I don't like that I have to get my license in the pretend game for pretend cars.
There's online and couch co-op, which I appreciate that there's still couch co-op in the game.
Same.
You can create music video replays for your races.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
I'm not.
Cats over cars? We all know cats over cars. We all know that. It's not what we're talking about right now.
It could be. That's what I'm saying.
We're talking-
Look at what the people want, Anthony. 89% said cat.
All right. We'll move on from GT7, but I'm not going to move to cats. I'm going to move to Ghostwire Tokyo.
Okay, that's fair.
We
That's
got
called a Manx. Not a minx. A Manx.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good cat. I mean, come on.
Frame rate drops is on us, not on the trailer. This looks incredible. I'm so excited.
I like that they gave him a little crossbody bag there.
Yeah.
A little fanny pack. Hi, Kenji. Show me more of your gameplay. I mean...
Yeah.
I want to do magical jutsu stuff with my hands.
All of it.
That's all I want in my life. Magical jutsu stuff with my hands.
It was on. I had muted it while you were talking.
Oh.
It was double talking.
Our story begins here, in the fallout of the vanishing.
In the fallout of the vanishing.
I'm very excited.
Ooh.
And strange, elemental
Oh my goodness.
coursing through your veins.
I'm ready for this. How does he keep his cuffs so perfectly disheveled?
Yeah, right? I can't keep my cuffs folded even when I'm not being attacked by a swarm of
To unravel the truth
nonsense.
Do you know what's funny is like PS3, PS4 era,
Mm-hmm.
from this
I think like the folded back cuffs. What is he got a Slenderman there?
Yeah, right?
Bunch of Slenderman? Those folded back cuffs
Mhm.
would have been fine because it wouldn't have looked realistic enough for me to question it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But now that he
Oh,
looks
look at
super
this,
real.
though.
Ooh.
That's such a fun move. Now, there's like 20 minutes of this. We're obviously not going to watch all 20 minutes of it.
No, we're only going to watch like 19 and a half
you'll learn to upgrade and master these
because it's just so good. It's just so good. Got story. We got an interview. You know, it's a state of play. They talked about a lot of really good stuff. I am crazy excited for this game. I was not crazy excited for this game. I know what you're doing.
What?
I know what you're doing.
Go ahead.
I know what you're doing.
Go ahead. What do you mean? I'm not doing anything.
Do you want to just show the cat? Show the cat.
I did.
I know you did.
I didn't.
Show
I
the
didn't
cat.
show
Go
this
ahead.
cat. Likewise. All fucked up. It looks like from the Suicide Squad.
Weasel.
Weasel.
Ghostwire Tokyo, March 25th.
I'm very excited for Ghostwire Tokyo.
Are you?
Yes, Anthony.
So that's very exciting. 2 states of play.
Mhm.
Both, we can agree, equally exciting. Here's something that's a crazy story.
Okay.
The world's best Guitar Hero player
Yeah?
was a cheat.
No.
Like, a big cheat. Like, cheated a lot
No.
on live streams. Like, set up. It's wild. Okay, so this
Okay.
is Shmooey. Shmooey, swear to God. Shmooey
My hands were on the cookies.
was widely believed to be the best Guitar Hero player in the world. Unfortunately, it was a hoax, a huge hoax. He recently did a big stream where he played through a song called 9 Patterns of Eternal Pain.
Okay.
Incredibly complex. This is like the big boy, I think, in the Guitar Hero community.
Okay. What was
People-
the song? Sorry, again?
9 Patterns of Eternal Pain.
Okay.
Everybody was very impressed, except expert players watching along were like, wait a minute. There are sections where his hands aren't hitting the notes on the guitar that are being played on the screen. Okay. Maybe the videos are a little out of sync. Maybe the gameplay footage is a little out of sync.
Right, it's streaming, it's going through a capture card. Okay.
But then a weird moment happened at the very end of the video where a Windows Media Player overlay appears for just a split second.
Oh my God.
And everybody was like, wait, is he using pre-recorded video in a live stream? And then people went back and started looking at his other videos.
Wow.
And there were people that always, listen, anytime somebody does something amazing on camera, people are like,
fake.
There was a thing where your camera got dark at this moment, or it looked like the video jumped a little bit. And maybe that was the streamer. Maybe that was you cheating. And there'd always been a few inconsistencies with Shmooey's stuff, but nothing that really like raised any red flags. But then, once the Guitar Hero community started playing Internet Detective, there is a 27-minute video about the discovery and investigation process.
We love a niche deep dive in this house.
Through which they figured out that Shmooey had not just faked 1 or 2 big videos. Just about all of his clips on YouTube and Twitch were faked.
So here's my question. These videos.
Yeah.
Are they someone else's footage of them playing? Are they modified so no one actually played? Or are they him playing, just not doing it live because it is he isn't able to capture it live? Because you might be able to get it once, but not be as good as you say you are, where you're like, oh, I can just go live and do this.
Saige, it's a mix of them all.
Oh! Scandal.
It's a mix of them all. Sometimes he would play the song at half speed and then play back sped up footage of himself.
Wow.
Sometimes he would fake or use cheats or use other footage. Sometimes this thing, the level of complexity through which he cheated over years is amazing. We're talking about hundreds of clips. He deleted every single one of his uploads. Hundreds of clips gone. Locked all his social accounts. Paid back. He won bounties. The Guitar Hero community and the and the speedrunning communities and things like they will have bounties for things for people to achieve them. He had to pay back, and he did pay back every bounty he won. And he posted an apology video. The thing that's crazy about this is he's a very good Guitar Hero player. He's legitimately very good. He just wasn't as good as he wanted to seem online.
Right. Ronan said, did no one learn from Dream? No, because Dream is still massive.
No.
That's the thing, is Dream didn't suffer any real consequences.
No, Dream did not get taken down at all.
Also, another fun comment from the live studio audience. It just scrolled by. Skywalker said, that Tricky Minx. More like that Tricky Manx.
What I love is she held the space for that in her brain. She held the space for that in her brain throughout this entire thing and was like, when this is all over, I'm going to do this Minx thing.
Someone said it in the chat. That's not me. Someone in chat said that Tricky Minx.
Right.
Look.
Look what?
Look. The chat wills it. The chat said cats.
Chat said cats?
Chat said cats.
Some business news. We are a business show.
Oh God.
What is the most business cat? And I'm talking breed of cat. I'm not talking one specific cat.
Right, not a cat in a tiny tie,
Right.
of course.
No.
I'm gonna go with this one, which is the Cornish Rex. I just think that.
Oh, but is that cat good at business, or is that cat just from a rich family?
Look at this. Look at this face.
I feel like that cat inherited all its money and says it's good at business.
It could be Peter Bald as well.
Now that one has some joy in its eyes, and I like that.
I don't think business brings any joy. You talk about
Oh!
business. I am going
No,
to
wait,
go
Saige.
get snack.
You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this business though. Let me
Okay,
do
get
one business.
One business.
Do one business. This is good business.
One business, and then I get caffeine.
Facebook lost users for the first time ever.
Yeah, okay.
Facebook lost users for the first time ever, and their stock plunged by more than 20%. Get them!
Get him!
Get them, boys!
Get wrecked.
Get rid of it! Get rid of it! They dropped to, now, listen. They dropped to 1.929 billion users from 1.93 billion users. But hey,
We'll take it.
that's 1.1 million less people.
Yeah.
Or is that 10 million less people? That's 10.1 million less people.
That's 10. And the biggest thing, though, is the way that, Facebook doesn't care about its users. It cares about how its users affect its stock. And its stock plunging more than 20% because of that is going to be the thing that makes Facebook go,
Oh, fuck, we got to change some stuff up.
what's up?
10 million fewer people are in the daily grasp of that garbage site.
Congratulations to the 10 million people. That's so wonderful for you.
Hey, welcome. Don't worry, you'll still get invited to birthday parties. That was my main concern.
Yeah. For me, the only time I go on Facebook is to try and remember people's birthdays. I'll be like, shit, when was their birthday? And it's always listed on Facebook.
Do you know what you do? You download a little thing for your phone that connects your Facebook to your address book on your phone.
Interesting. And it
Get
puts it into
everybody's birthday,
addresses.
puts it into your calendar, then you delete it.
Mm.
That's the way to go.
That's really interesting.
10 million plus people free.
This one's an EDM DJ.
Is it?
It's Skrillex.
Oh, it's the name.
Selkirk Rex.
Do you need caffeine, sweetie?
Yeah, I need some caffeine.
You want to go get some
Yeah, I wanna go
caffeine?
get some
Okay. I'm going to do some business news. Listen, here's the biggest business news. As you all know, you are my little pickles. You've always been my little pickles, and you always will be my little pickles. As you also know, we do a lot of tabletop on this channel. A lot of tabletop gaming. That's right. I see all my pickles in the chat. That's right. Flash those pickles. Y'all ever see? I saw this cartoon where this guy turned himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I ever saw. Anyway, I want to show you all something, my little pickles. We have pickle dice. Pickles, yes.
What the fuck?
along with pickle green.
No, why is the chat filled with pickles? What are you doing?
I'm releasing
No,
the
no,
pickle
no,
dice.
those were a misprint. Those aren't supposed to be. No, everybody, there's no pick.
Do you know
no
what's
pickles.
craziest
You're
about them is they taste like pickles.
No, okay, wait, no, you can't. Oh God.
Oh, they don't actually
They don't
taste like
pickles. We can't tell people to eat those.
I did swallow one.
Yeah. That's why you weren't supposed to do it again. Okay. No, everybody, stop with the pickle emotes.
No.
No,
You
to
need
the pickle
to
emotes.
get your pickle dice.
No.
This is real. This is real deal. Real deal pickle dice.
Look, there was, okay, I would like to make it very clear. There was a mistake in the email. I sent it to Die Hard Dice. It was supposed to say Pixel Circus, and all the time when you type Pixel Circus,
And then
it auto-corrects it to pickle.
And then I sent an email to Die Hard Dice and I said, flip the switch. Pull the lever. Turn the knobs. Wind the crank.
Oh, God.
But-
Okay.
Listen, we know that you're not all pro little pickles. Some of you are not as cool, and that's fine. If you're not as cool, what if it said never pickles on this side?
It comes with a sticker that says Never Pickles. You can assert yourself that way.
It also comes with a sticker that says pickles yes. So how about that? Saige.
Yes. Anthony.
I ordered so many of these to be made. We have to sell them all now. You are on the hook.
That's okay. Now,
So you might as well tell them where and how they can get these because we have so many of them.
okay, all right.
How many people
Hold
watch
on.
this
Let me
channel?
at least make sure you get a discount.
How many of these people watch it? How many people watch this channel? Like 10 million? Because I got like 100,000 of these. printed.
100,000? No, we don't have that many.
I think like 100,000 people watch. Right?
No, we have like we're really close to 10,000 followers, everybody.
How big is the internet? Because we're on the internet.
We are on the internet, but we don't get like access to the whole internet.
Everybody can watch.
Okay, all right, hold on.
You got to plan for some growth. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So I planned for a little bit of growth, and we have 100,000 of these
100,000.
in a warehouse. And we're also paying for the space in the warehouse. You can't just have warehouse space is something that I found out.
No.
I walked into a warehouse and I was like, I'm business now.
Uh-huh.
I have 100,000 pickle dice that need to be stored.
And you can't just do that.
You can't just do that.
You have to pay for it.
Do you know that you need a license to drive a forklift?
But you don't need a license to drive a sandwich. I like this. I like the stickers they come with.
I like the dice they come with.
It's very good dice. The kind people at Die Hard Dice have supplied a bunch of dice for our projects that we've worked on. And for some reason, this is the first collaboration. They've got like a weird pickle texture to them.
They do.
They've got like a full out pickle texture.
It's not just a plain
like
green.
it's not green. Like it's pickle texture.
Do you remember when we got those Master Chief chips that taste like burger? Do you remember that?
That's this.
These pickle dice look like pickle. Where do they get them?
The link is in the chat. It's at dieharddice.com. We have a discount link so you can get 10% off as well. But that's dieharddice.com/discount/pixel circus. I'm sorry, Saige. Next time. Look, okay, you guys, no pickles. This is gonna influence the community name, and I have been saying for the longest time they are not pickles.
Little pickles.
I should have seen it when I picked out the name for the channel.
Sage, you ever see that cartoon where that guy turned himself into a pickle? It's the funniest shit I ever saw, Sage.
Spoken like a white man.
We're out of cookies. Listen,
You need more cookies?
I might go get some more cookies.
You can go get some cookies.
Do you have secret dice?
You go get cookies.
Are there two types of dice?
No.
I like pickles, but not when Anthony calls us pickles. Deal with it.
That makes you on the side of Never Pickles with me. Thank you very much.
Do you remember the Neil Gaiman book, Never Pickles?
No, I'm with Not Sage. Thank you very much. And there is something to accommodate for all of you on the pickle side who do not believe that this is correct. There's a way to still support the channel and check out some very very good dice, but also assert yourself in what is not the belief system here. Because look, when I picked out this name over a year ago for this channel, sure, did I not realize that it was going to be consistently auto-corrected to Pickle Circus? Yes. And there's nothing I can do about that now. It's too late. I already got the LLC.
Pickles!
Never. I put the Never Pickles sticker on my laptop just so Anthony would see it every day. No, he has no power here.
I may not have power, but I have 100,000 bags of these dice.
That's so many bags of the dice, Anthony. We'll be rolling with them on failed save tonight. Also, while you're on Die Hard, like genuinely, as somebody who rolls Die Hard dice and has like done collaborations with them for other shows and stuff, Die Hard dice are fucking sick. I like them very much. And while you're there, check out other things. My personal favorite about Die Hard dice, genuinely, like not spawns, the D4s aren't sharp. And as somebody who litters my home with dice, I don't like die when I step on a D4. And I know that that's very specific.
No, it only hurts a lot. It's not the most painful though.
Yeah, it just goes to the main page. Oh, okay. Well, Barbarian, you go first link directly to it by chance.
There it is.
But yeah, there it is. Thank you very much.
Anyway. Get those pickle dice. Get those pickle dice and
Use
let
code Pixel Circus, get a discount.
And let Die Hard know that you love them. Let us know that you love them when you get them. We'd love to see pictures of you with them.
And also, take a fucking side. The war is beginning.
I'd say I'm up by 100,000 points. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's how this works. You can be up by 100,000 points when you sell all 100,000, man.
Wink.
Right now, you're down 100,000 points.
You're down 100,000 points.
No.
Because it's your money.
I don't have any money, Anthony.
Well, then we better sell these dice, Saige.
Pixel Circus doesn't make any money, Anthony.
Not yet. Wait until we sell 100,000 bags of dice, though. We're out of cookies again.
How did that happen so quickly?
Pack size.
What other news do we have?
In more business news, I was waiting to see if this was going to happen. I think we all were. The FTC has stepped in to take a look at a tiny deal between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard.
You know, I remember, Anthony, when it was first announced. Yeah, acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. You texted me and you said, someone's going to step in, right? They can't do this, right?
I literally tweeted, is anything a monopoly anymore? Just asking.
Yeah. He sent me a text that was like, someone's going to have to step in, right? And we were sitting here like, well, I mean, fuck, these kind of companies are really good at finding these big loopholes. So I can't help but be a cynic about this and think that the Federal Trade Commission is doing this because so many people are asking, and just to be like, we looked, it's legal. Sorry, good for business.
Yeah.
Hands off.
I mean, that's the thing, right?
I think it's performative.
They have to step in because it's their job to step in. Will they stop it? Who can say? We will say this, though. Normally, these deals are reviewed by the FTC and the Justice Department.
Mm-hmm.
The Justice Department is not stepping in here.
Not interested.
Not stepping in here.
I see it highly unlikely that anything stops this deal. It's probably going through, but they'll be like, I mean, we looked and everything seemed to be up on the up and up. Up and up and up and up.
DFC Intelligence, which is a firm that looks into things like this, said in their research notes about it, will this deal go through? Regulators will take a close look, and franchises like Call of Duty may not be exclusive to Xbox platforms because of antitrust concerns. So there may have to be some assurances or earmarks in this deal
It clarified that they would
say,
not.
Yeah, that just say, hey, you've got to keep this, and this multi-platform because they started as multi-platform. You cannot remove this product from the market.
Now, this is so interesting to me. Does it just feel wild that video games are at such a size and such an influence that the Federal Trade Commission would have to debate whether or not Call of Duty can be on PlayStation? And I agree, it is that big. I'm not saying we're not there, but isn't it wild that we're there?
I mean, but that's the thing, is it's not wild, and we've been there for a while. And what's wild is the fact that the government and regulatory committees, number one, at first, forcibly did not want to understand. We're just like, video games, get them out of our kids' eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then they were like, video games, that's not serious. And now they're like, video games are the biggest thing.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, they have been.
Yeah.
They have been. And how much of this is genuine stupidity about technology, and how much of this is government and regulatory commissions just being like, la, 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 we don't understand. You go ahead and keep making your money. And it's a little of both, I think.
I agree.
Producer Dagger.
Really just displaying in the background there. That right in between us. Like he knows. Looking up at the camera.
Trips Axiom asks, doesn't Microsoft make more money keeping things multi-platform if they own it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Right now, Microsoft is really taking a long view, particularly with Game Pass. This is one of those things where it's like, if we own all the things, and you have to pay us every month for access to all the things, don't we make more money in the long run?
Absolutely. They just want more Game Pass subscribers. And if the only way that you're getting to Call of Duty is on Game Pass, there's a huge influx of people that will make that switch, that are that committed to Call of Duty, whether it be Game Pass on PC or on the Xbox console.
You tell the average person that Call of Duty, unfortunately all the Blizzard stuff, but then also all the Bethesda stuff. You tell them all of these things are in one place.
Camera out of focus?
You tell them all these things are in one place. They're going to go to that place. The end.
Yep.
The end. Because most people are like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whichever
Right.
box has the thing.
Exactly. Whatever box has the most games
And
I want to play.
here's the thing. Microsoft doesn't even want to sell you a box. We've talked about that.
No, they want to sell you a service.
So that's the other thing. You're telling me that I can have Call of Duty and I don't have to buy extra hardware? I can just have Call of Duty? Great. Then that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Instead of buying a box for $500, I'll pay $15 a month and have access to Call of Duty and Halo and Fallout and all of these things.
Very interesting. It's very interesting to see what happens. People are talking about like the equivalent of a Sony Game Pass.
They want to.
It's going to be really hard for them to catch up at this point. I think they really would have needed to get in on it earlier. And I know that they've been doing bits and pieces for like games, whatever.
That's what's crazy is like PS Now has been here for years.
Yeah.
And they bungled the pricing.
Yep.
They bungled the subscription. In the beginning, they launched it very early based on the Gaikai technology that they bought, and home networks weren't entirely ready for it yet.
Yeah.
The tech wasn't there, so they just let it lie dormant, and it could have been them.
Yeah.
It could have been them. But instead, it's Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil, who's getting the Lifetime Achievement Award this year at the GDC.
Interesting.
Yep.
Phil Spencer.
When you own everybody, they give you a present for it.
If you can buy the most stuff, you get a present.
If you own the most people come to your party.
Hey, thank you. I hate it. Let's talk about something I don't hate. Let's talk about Scream. Let's talk about Five Cream.
Five Cream is doing so well.
I haven't seen it, and it hurts my feelings. Scream is my favorite horror movie of all time. I think it is the greatest horror movie of all time. I love the whole franchise. I think that although there are strengths and weaknesses in it, there are times that it has lessened its impact. It's been great all along, the whole time. But the new Scream I have not seen because it's still in theaters. And also, it's deadly out there. And I can't do that. I work around people. So I haven't gotten to go to the movies and seen it. and it hurts my feelings. But apparently, it's very good, and it's doing very good.
How good is it doing?
It's doing so good. They announced Scream 6 already.
6 cream?
Now, I guess we have to try and figure out what the new thing would be, because the 5 looks like an S, so that makes sense.
Oh.
So that's why it's 5 cream.
Oh.
So the 6 isn't necessarily the S. Where does the 6?
This is what it feels like to chew 5 cream.
Gum gum.
Gum gum.
This is how it gums to chew 5 cream. Gum gum. I think people are saying it's the E. So it's kind of a scram.
Scrabam?
That sounds like a McElroy
Scrabam.
thing.
Yeah. It's like when a dad on a sitcom does something really like that he thinks is really cool and he goes, "Ha, scrabam."
Yep, rough. Scrisixum. Is it the C? Is it six ream?
Six rim.
Six ream? It's not quite flowing like 5 cream did. 5 cream plus 1. Screambled. Obviously, the last Scream movie was actually just called Scream, which is my only protest in this.
We've so
already
dumb.
had a Scream, and it holds up so well.
It's so dumb. It should have just been Scream 5 stylized as 5 cream.
Yep.
Just like Fast 10 should be fasten your seatbelts.
Right.
Why are people not doing the things that they should be doing?
I will say, I bet that they considered doing exactly that. Scream 5 with the 5 as the S. They looked at it.
And somebody at the table went, 5 cream?
And they were like, fuck, we can't do it.
Instead of being like, fuck, that's the best.
Hell yeah, 5 cream, guys.
Which is what
we did it, boys. 5 cream.
This is what it creams to taste. 5 gum gum gum.
Cream, cream.
Yo, I saw the best clip from a VR chat the other day. I think I'm gonna get real big into VR chat.
Yeah?
I think so.
I went through my VR chat phase. I'll come back.
I think I'm gonna
I'd love to be a stripper Kermit. Let's go.
Yo,
It's a very specific experience I've had in VR chat.
This giant spider
Uh-huh.
was just hanging out in the tavern with everybody.
Like it does.
And the giant spider walks over and gets right up in somebody's face and goes, "This is what it looks like to eat 5 gum." And I was just like, oh my Lord, I gotta get in this VR chat again. I gotta do some VR. I gotta get into the ver. I gotta taste the meta is what they
see
say.
if I can find.
They say taste the meta.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they say.
There was like a TikTok sound that was going around for a while that was just that the slogan scrambled and it was like, this is how it creams to chew 5 cream. Gum gum.
Gum.
I didn't find it fast enough. But I saw Hank Hill twerking once in VR chat. Yeah, that sounds correct.
That's the least wild thing you're gonna see in a VR chat.
But the best thing you're gonna see in the VR chat too.
I mean,
that's the best thing.
I mean, that's the best thing is like, yeah.
The worst thing you're gonna hear is children shouting like slurs, but
they got real granular privacy and audio if you don't want that. They really do.
I've played a lot of VR chat. It's hard to avoid. It's hard to avoid kids yelling slurs.
You haven't gone into your audio settings then.
You have to like you can just mute everybody, I guess.
You can do groups, you can do proximity. They've got
proximity is the automatic, but yeah.
Yeah, you can be like,
people
okay.
will just run up to you and yell slurs. I'm gonna give you that before you go in.
Listen, it's the internet.
You should know before you go in. It's a bunch of teens that are hiding behind the greatest mask of VR and just gonna run around and yell slurs at you. You should know before you go in.
It's a bunch of Narutos and Demon Slayers saying racist things.
Yeah.
But you can turn that down and just watch Kermit the Frog in football uniform make out with Hank Hill who's twerking.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, I would never stream VR chat. I would never stream it.
I think it's too dangerous.
I agree.
Even with all the filters on, I'd be like, something's gonna slip through.
Yeah. I'm not risking putting some kid yelling a slur on my stream. But I would film some footage in VR chat and edit it down.
Did you ever play Delirium? That 6-hour horror game that's built in VR chat?
Oh, yes, I did.
Because
I think it was Delirium. I don't know how much you know about it, but I did play a horror game that was entirely built in VR chat that I stumbled upon with Steve. You get in a car. It was wild. It was a wild ride and a very good time.
There's a lot of crazy worlds in there. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
I think the best part about playing a horror game in VR is going in and you're just like, that's Peter Griffin next to me in this horror game.
Yeah, it's you and Peter Griffin, and only one of you's making it out alive. Even watching, I watch people play Uno in VR chat in this wild,
great.
like high-tech Uno room where the cards are giant. When you throw them down,
That's
they go into like a column of light. There's a lot of great stuff in VR chat.
I sat with a friend of mine in a Kirby themed birthday party room and cried over VR chat. Somebody came into the room and was like, "You guys good?" And we were both sobbing, sitting in this empty birthday party room with cakes everywhere and Kirby's.
That's the most you story I've ever heard in my life. And that's probably where we'll end it for today.
That's about all the time we have, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at exactly 8 a.m. Pacific. If it isn't 8 a.m. where you are, that sounds like a personal problem. You should have that checked out by the proper authorities. You're dropping pickles everywhere. Never pickles. The link is right there in chat. Hey, thank you, mods, for popping up that quick adjustment on the link. We appreciate you so much. You can get those and you can show off which side you are on. I hope that you will in the Discord when you get yours. Tell us what side you're on. Show us what sticker you're repping, which side of the little bag. We've got Yes Pickles and Never Pickles. I, of course, am Team Never Pickles. Join me. Join the revolution.
Join up, little pickles. I bought 100,000 of these, and we need to sell them all.
Many. That's too many.
Hey, if you're a patron, by the way, we've got a special bonus clip for you today.
So true.
And that's before we come back tonight for Failed Save.
Woo! Failed Save will be live at 7 p.m. Pacific right here on this channel. That is our D&D 5e campaign. It is mostly just improv comedy with a little bit of dice rolling.
What a good day to be a pickle. What a good day to enjoy the Pixel Circus. There's so much good Pixel Circus to be had. So be sure to join us there. And, Saige, you're in other places, too. Where are you at?
That's so true. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday, except for this Saturday, because I've got a little shoot that's getting in the way. So I'll see you next week. You can find me on Smosh Games, Black Dice Society, and every Wednesday on the Kind of Funny channel doing the Book of Boba Fett screencast with Anthony.
Yay, we're both there.
And here for this all the time. Anthony, what about you? Where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, my stars and garters, thank you so much for asking, Saige. You can find me here, of course, but then you can find me everywhere else at a Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Today's Friday, so there's a brand new episode of my science comedy podcast. We have Concerns with Jeff Cannata. We're talking about exo wombs.
Oh,
we're talking about artificial wombs being built in China.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna raise battery babies.
Let's stop making fucking biological women have babies. Fucking sucks.
Yeah, we have concerns.com. Also, Book of Boba Fett, like Saige said, every Wednesday on Kind of Funny. Also, probably in VR chat. That's probably where you'll find me.
Probably mostly find you in VR chat.
Yeah.
Y'all, please do come back and join us this evening. It is our second episode of the campaign, and you've got many hours between now and then. If you missed the first one, it is available on the Twitch VODs, on the YouTube, on the podcast platforms. And we'll see you tonight in person again. We're all going to be holding hands.